Okay, got cut off there. So here's the factors of -4 that add up to 3. It's got to be 4 and -1. So we take these and we siphon it through here and break up the middle term. Okay, so 2x squared plus 4x minus 1x minus 2. Now remember, if it's not factorable at this point, don't stop or don't force factoring. So we did that last section. We'd use the quad formula to find solutions here. Okay, all right, but this is factorable. Okay, so I'm going to take out 2x here. So I need x plus 2 to get that. Here I got to take out a -1. And I need a positive 2 here to get that. All right, so x plus 2 is in common. Now this is coming out of both terms. And I'm left with 2x minus 1. Okay, so there we go. I have this factored to this. I still have the x minus 3. So now it's completely factored. And I can finish this and determine all the zeros. 3, which we kind of already figured out. So my zeros are positive 3, -2, and this one's going to be positive 1/2. Okay, so quick little recap. Yeah, I warned you, they're big problems. We use our rational zero to narrow down some possibilities that are going to work for rational zeros. I decided to start with 1, didn't work. I got a remainder of -6, so I just went on to another random zero. Okay, 3 did work, so I could use that to my advantage to break down this function. I rewrote this 2x cubed function as x minus 3 times this result and factored. Okay, let me get you going on 7 and then have you try to finish this. Maybe do a little dividing line, so separate these two. Okay, so possible rational zeros. Why don't you go ahead and pause and try to list those now. Okay, remember, participation's key. When I tell you to try something, do try that, pause it and do it, because this is a good way for me to give you immediate feedback. It's hard to get good quality feedback through this virtual process, especially when you guys don't show up to the Zoom live supports. So get through this, pause it and give it a shot. Okay, here's your possible rational zeros. Okay, for part B, let me give you a hint. You should be able to find a zero that works in this plus or minus 3 cluster. Okay, I'm not going to tell you which one, but start with plus or minus 3 and go from there. Then once you rewrite your function, it actually isn't factorable like the last one. You're going to have to use the quad formula to get your solutions to that and finish it. Okay, so pause and try it, and I'll give you feedback in a couple minutes. All right, I tried 3 first. Maybe you tried -3 first. Congratulations, you had the lucky guess, right? 3 didn't work. I had a remainder of 120, so I throw it out. You don't have to erase it. Some students do that. It's part of your work. Don't worry about it. -3 did work. It gave me this result, remainder 0. Okay, so -3 is a 0, meaning x plus 3 is a factor. Remember, the factor theorem says if k is a 0, then x minus k is a factor. So that's why I'm saying if -3 is our 0, then x minus -3 is the factor, or x plus 3. Okay, so here's how we can break down the function now and rewrite it. There are no factors in -1 that up to 4, so no big deal. We jump to the quad formula. Okay, so there it is. Pause and see what you need to do, but square root of 20 is something we can simplify, and that's our final answer right there. Okay, number 8. Once again, you do part A. Okay, pause and do part A, and then I'll give you feedback on part A, and then I'll give you a hint on this one as well. Go ahead. All right, here's your possible rational zeros. 1, 1/2, 2, 2 over 2 is 1, already listed. There it is. Okay, you should find a zero that'll work from this cluster, plus or minus 2. Okay, so pause and try parts B and C. I think the quad formula is going to be needed again for this one. All right, 2 didn't work. -2 did. Okay. Pause and check it if you need to. So this means negative 2 is a 0, and x plus 2 is indeed a factor because of the remainder of 0. So we use that to our advantage to rewrite it like this. There are no factors of 2 that add up to 2, not factorable. Okay, and we know this is going to happen sometimes. In my intro, I showed you that sometimes there were no x-intercepts. Sometimes they had non-real zeros. Okay, so we get 2i here, easy to simplify, and then the 2 fours, 2 fours, 1/2, 1/2. All right, so we still have 3 zeros because this is third degree. One of them is a real 0, and one of them is a non-real 0. 2 of them, sorry. Okay, join me on the live support if you want some feedback on some of these problems. Just a heads up on the OTI too. Some of the directions don't follow this flow, but I want you to follow this flow for these types of problems that say find the zeros. You're going to start with the list of rational zeros. I'm going to give you a hint on part B on your OTI, and then you need to solve it however, factoring or quad formula. You got to react to that. Okay, so what I mean by the directions is down here is a cluster of your problems. It says using the rational zero test. So that's kind of part A. I want you to do that. In part B, we know I'm going to give you some help with that to finding them. Find the rational zeros of the function means find them all. So it doesn't really break it down A, B, and C like we did, but I want you to approach it the same way and do that. Okay? Even when you move on to this other cluster of problems, which will be, let's see, 76. A lot of them are right here. And then 76, find all the zeros of the function. There is an extended list. I'm only giving you 76. So once again, same thing. Part B, you're not going to use the graphing utility. Just check them using my hints and then find all the zeros. Okay? All right. I'm here to help. Let me know if you need any help. Have a good day.